I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin Cosplay, and today we are back again, guys, with The Boys, episode 5, season 2.
Yes, the episode is called We Gotta Go Now.
They always gotta go now.
Well, now it's official. Now it's official. So last episode, what happened?
Well, we finally learned that Stormfront used to be Liberty.
She basically is a 70-year-old superhero who never aged. And
she's a boomer! Oh!
Yes, and she connects a lot with Homelander, but she adapted very well where he doesn't adapt at all. So she's like, she gave him some pointers and she basically opened the door for more, and he didn't like that. And it looks like he's gonna fight back and be not gentle with his retaliation, not necessarily with her, but with everyone, you know. He's just done with all the bullshit. So we'll see what he does.
Oh my gosh, dude, that scene where he was almost fudging himself.
Yeah, but he ended up killing the guy, so... But yeah, now he's out for some blood, so we'll see how he manages to gain an army, kind of like Stormfront said. But yeah, Stormfront is a racist son of a bitch. There you go. Aside from that, we had 2 or 3 couples last episode who had some ups and downs. One that ended well. Frenchie and Kimiko seemed to be doing fine. But then Hughie and Starlight, they made, you know, an advance in their relationship, but then she said that they needed to not see each other again because being happy with them is kind of a lie, considering the situation she's in. She's
in so much danger that it's just too stressful, and it's really a lot to handle.
Yes. And you've got Butcher, who tried to get Becca out, but she guessed that he did not want to bring the kid with him, and if he did, he was going to find a way to get rid of him eventually.
She's a mother first now. She needs to think about her son. That's good. That's good. Bad for Butcher, but that's good for her.
Yeah, so we'll jump in this episode right away and see how they handle this and what they do next about Stormfront, about Becca, about all this shit. So let's go.
This show, that's the new meaning of a powerful couple, guys.
This show never stops to, you know, cross limits and go beyond what we're used to in TV shows. Oh my god, they've got no limits.
They just joined the high mile club, guys.
Yeah, in their own way. So we'll talk about this now because I mean they ended with it. I'm not surprised. Ever since we saw her, you know, show interest in him, which makes sense considering what he represents and, you know, her being racist and, you know, stuck in her old ways, if we think about it. He's basically the best.
All in for herself, yeah. Technically, both have the same coin, you know, so that's fitting.
Well, I don't think he's not like her. It's just that he likes what she can give him. You know, at first he hated it because he doesn't want to be told what to do or how, because he believes he's above all of that. But now in this episode, he got very low. He got a moment where, you know, he lost the crowd completely, which is something that's never happened to him before.
That's the only thing that he has for himself. Yeah. And by losing it, he broke down. And he took a moment to have his mental breakdown and just get rid of it and go out in the light and continue to be Homelander.
For him to
he doesn't even, sorry, I cut you, but he doesn't even allow himself to just feel what he's feeling.
No,
you know what I mean?
No. He does, you know. It's just, I think it's the first time he's felt so desperate about what he represents and what he should do. He didn't know how to solve the situation. He wanted to be the guy. Last episode, he basically decided he didn't need anyone and he was going to do things his own way and not give a shit. We saw how that went, you know, quite fast. It turned on him. So I think facing the people, and especially when he thought about killing all of them, he felt so close to breaking that it scared him a little bit. So of course he would go to the one who seems to not even break a sweat and get all the crowds to support her. And she's trying to get the right players in the right place, you know. I think she's got an end game. She's got a plan for something. I thought we first thought that she wanted to be, you know, owning the Seven in a way, but now she's helping Homelander stay Homelander and stay in charge. So, and she wants to use Starlight, and she's manipulating her too, knowing that she outed Compound V.
Yeah.
It means that she's got something over her, so she can use her. She's not hiding that much, but then she's not telling us either what she wants. So that makes her very dangerous because she's unpredictable. And there's this whole thing about the Institute that we don't know. Like there's a secret there. We just don't quite know what it is yet.
Do you think that's an institute for older superheroes who are there because people that don't cannot know that they're still there?
I don't know.
Because that guy knew about her.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's a place for superheroes. Like maybe she knows someone that's in there, or maybe something is happening there, or she's using him to get something out of that place. But we'll find out as we go along, you know, and see the rest of the season and maybe season 3. But that whole scene at the end, like I think they go perfectly well together, but they scare me as a couple because they have no limit. They have no they enjoy the stuff that would break a normal human, you know? They like to feel like they're above all of that, and pain, suffering, and stuff. Maybe feeling pain for them just amplifies the fact that it's not you know, easy to kill them, that they're invincible, you know? So I don't know. It's a twisted way of feeling loved, I guess. But and if they were doing it just between them and not, you know, impacting on anyone, if they were decent human beings and they just enjoy that kinky shit, I'd be like, do you? But they like, especially her, she likes to take that and push it onto the people that die over this, so that's not good.
Yeah. Strangely enough, by doing it with her, sorry for my phrasing,
having sex with
her.
her.
Having sex with her, strangely enough, Homelander can be, for once, true to himself, because when he used to have his kinky shit with Madeline, he couldn't because she was a normal human being without power and she was fragile.
He couldn't be rough, yeah.
He couldn't be rough, he couldn't be mean, couldn't use his laser eyes or everything.
It's kind of like someone who's, you know, holding himself back.
Yeah.
When he's with Matt, when he was with Madeline, he was holding himself back, and now he can just go all out, and she enjoys it. And it's you know, he used to do stuff like that. Was it with Maeve in season 1? He enjoyed being with Maeve because she could take it. You know, she could take whatever he would do.
Did they ever did it, or just pretend to be together? Because from what we know,
she had to do it because of who he was. He did it because he liked that she could take it. But now he's got someone who can take it and actually enjoys it and is not manipulating, well, as far as he knows, not manipulating him or lying to him or anything. So they're going to be a force. There's a part of me that's happy that they're together because they're going to be funny. They're going to be ruthless. Brutal. It's going to be intense. And she will bring out the worst in him. And it's going to be entertaining. On the good level, though, it's not going to be great for the boys or anyone, because if they team up, who knows what she's going to do? Who knows what he's going to do if she, you know, if she is the one that sets his limits? Because Madeline was keeping him docile, but Stormfront might not.
She's letting him loose, so.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, it's kind of scary.
On our sad note, though, about Butcher.
It's nice that we get to learn about his past a little bit.
Yes, that is nice. But first of all, when we think about him and Becca, we know that in a way he fucked up by saying that he didn't want her to bring the kids because he just wants to save her and he's not attached to the boy. And we know that he has this hate against the Supes.
Yeah.
But if you think about it in a more normal way, it is true that sometimes people who are having a loved one who's being raped by someone and that person had a child with a rapist, it's really hard for them to be
we understood that. We talked about this.
And accept the child, you know. So we cannot really be against him.
We can't fault him for reacting this way.
Yeah.
But he's got to work on himself if he wants her back. One thing that's really good is that in this episode, he really wanted to throw in the towel and give up, which was sad. Like, he was doing his farewell tour. He was going to say goodbye to his dog and, you know, tie up loose ends. And I did not want that because I really love Butcher. So it's nice to see that, you know, especially considering the boys were ready to just give up on him a few episodes ago. Like, it's nice to see that they care about him to the point that they would put themselves in danger to save him and help him because they won't let him give up. Especially Hughie, who was, you know, he was fighting Butcher 3 episodes ago. Yeah. And he was done with the guy. But then Butcher protected him, gave him his hand, you know, helped him up. The bond is there. The bond has always been there. There's a reason why, you know, he gets so mad at Butcher for abandoning them and for, you know, manipulating them because he values their relationship and he feels like Butcher is not. Although Butcher's tendencies, you know, the way he reacts and stuff, the more he pushes you away, the more it means he wants you around and he wants your help. It's just that he's not good at being vulnerable and admitting it.
True.
So when he says mean things, it's a defense mechanism to push the people that could actually help away because he doesn't want to feel vulnerable. You know, when you can read someone like that perfectly and you tell him what's going on and you tell him what his weaknesses are because you understand him, he feels scared. That's when he starts feeling scared. He doesn't want to admit the truth, so he pushes you away, so you cannot hurt him anymore. But he needs that tough love.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see Hughie really stand up for him this episode because recently he's been the one that Butcher needed to help, and now the tables have turned.
He's
so that's pretty cool.
Heading his hand to get him up.
And now we know why there's such a connection.
We know now that he used to have a brother who looks so much like Hughie.
So hence why he feels connected. Yeah.
No wonder that he took him in and his boy gang. That and the fact that he was involved with Translucent and Robin's dead, you know.
Well, actually, that's probably the reason why first he's so protective of him, sort of, and why he kept him around. Because as soon as the whole thing was done in episode 1, he could have just managed to leave him behind as soon as he planted that mic. But then he always found a reason to keep him around.
But there's that, but Hughie's wanted to stay with them.
Yes, but he was willing to just leave him. But then there's always something that comes up, so maybe he's not as willing to let him go. But then what happened to the brother? It's true that if he was killed by a superhero, it would, further the hate he's got for the entire, superhero group. Sure. We thought it was only about Becca, but then she's also been saying he's had this anger in him forever, ever since she knew him. She first knew him.
Well, he did have that anger when he was younger, but he had his brother to calm him down. And when his brother died, he got no one to...
He went crazy.
Yeah, he went loose.
And you had to... his brother was the one keeping him in check to begin with. And then Becca helped him a little bit, but she barely managed to do the job. She always felt like he was close to doing something crazy. And then he lost her too, and he went off the rail. I want to see what happened with the brother, and I think we will eventually, so we'll keep that,
Sharon need to talk and be open with the guys.
Well, maybe he's made his peace with it, it's just that...
He didn't make his peace with it, come on, he wouldn't be that angry if he was.
No, but it's maybe his anger is not because of his brother. You can make your peace with someone's death, like not feel sad about it anymore. Although as soon as she mentioned, Lenny, he went defensive real quick, but... You can make your peace with someone's death and still hold, grudges about the circumstances. Kind of like, Hughie made his peace with Robin's death, but it still changed him as a person. He's the one that fights with the boys now. So he's made his peace with it because he moved on with Starlight, but then he's never going to be the same again. Making your peace with someone's death doesn't mean that you forget and forgive and move on.
The thing with Butcher, I don't think that he made peace with his brother's death.
Depends on how it happened. Depends.
We still got 3 episodes to learn about it.
Maybe we don't learn about it this season. Maybe it's gonna be next season. Fudge. I don't know. But I'm glad that he's willing to fight again. He's not gonna give up. Like I said, if you want Becca back, the first thing you need to do is work on yourself. And we'll see how that goes. But at least he's got friends with him to help. Same with Kimiko Frenchie is drawing, like, at first I thought he knew what she was doing, but she's definitely just doing like Butcher. You know, she's losing herself in the work and the jobs that she gets. She's dangerous, and she doesn't want to be a monster, but maybe she feels that if she acts like a monster, if she acts the way people intended for her to be, she's going to be less vulnerable and suffer less. If she is ruthless now, though, she thinks maybe she should have been this ruthless when her brother was around, so she could have defended him, and she let herself go soft. So I think this is why she's doing this. But like you said, Frenchie has a limit, and he's not gonna stick around for long if she keeps pushing him away. Although he could, like, he's pretty determined, so we'll see what happens. He's determined,
but people has their limits, and you cannot expect them to stick around when you got this destructive attitude.
And like she's not helping him communicate with her either.
You know, as an example, I used to have a friend, like a really close friend, and she was toxic with herself, with her attitude, with what she was doing, and she had lots of problems, and I tried to help her, but in the end she just didn't want to help herself, and one day I had enough. I was too much involved. It was too stressful for me, too heavy of a burden for me. So I just said, you know what, I'm done.
You can stay on a ship that's sinking with someone who wants to drown, because otherwise, if you stay there, you're going to drown too.
Yeah.
So that's something I heard years ago, and it still holds true today. You know, you don't want to help someone. You cannot help someone who doesn't want to be helped. He's tried, but maybe him giving up is the push that Kimiko is going to need to eventually go back to him.
The thing with Kimiko is we know that she wants to get help. She just doesn't know how. Just like Butcher doesn't know how to ask for help. They don't want to admit it.
Yeah. She took that job in the end, so like I think she's still on for some rampage. It's funny because at the beginning of the episode I was saying that they were doing fine. Well, no, not really.
They were just good at hiding it, though.
We'll see what she does. I think she's gonna, still go on a rampage, but I don't think Frenchie's gonna give up on her. Maybe the emotion talked for him in this scene, but I don't think he's gonna give up completely. Maybe the boys need to help him too, after helping Butcher and Hughie. So yeah, we'll see next episode how that develops and what happens next, because the episode is called The Bloody Doors Off.
Yeah, more gore stuff. That'd be nice.
It seems like a let's do some crazy shit and take your gloves off. So I don't know.
Alright.
Anyway, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon, or it will be very soon. So you can check it out if you want. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, that's alright. You can wait the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week, guys. Yes. So we're gonna see you in 7 days.
Bye.